Get down. Get down.
Alright. Taking another morning live stream, another day I'm eating on the same live stream. Give me a minute. I'm closer. Okay. So welcome, everyone, to another early morning live stream where topics are everywhere and can be whatever. Hello, gentlemen, welcome. Have fun with that rowlet. I'm just gonna be here daintily nibbling on my, I was gonna say croissant, but that's not what this thing is. It's, you can, well, this had many names for it. There is called pig in a blanket or whatever. I guess here it's called a kolache or something. And my tea, this is just called tea. And hey, guess what, guys? This time I actually started on the time that I said I was. Not late because I was sleeping in late. So that's good. special announcement just for that. I actually started on time. Alrighty, now it comes to the beginning of the live stream, where it sort of goes a little quiet because I'm trying to think of things to talk about. Oh yeah, well, I mean, they're not here. Yeah, I sort of understand the difference between people, because there is a much different viewer count whenever I started at like 7 a.m. instead of 6:30. A lot more people was able to join, and I know a lot of people wants to join but can't because it's so early. Some of my friends, some of my classmates said, oh, I wanted to join live stream, but I'm asleep at 6:30. I can't get up that early. So I understand that a lot of people want to join in on the live stream, but I just live stream too early. But it's sort of, I mean, I say, yeah, that's the point of an early morning live stream. It's early. And the reason why I want to start so early is so the rest of the day I don't have to take a few hours to work out my voice, because I always find as soon as I wake up, I do my tea and everything, but I usually have to talk to myself out loud for a while because my voice hasn't been worked out yet, and I can't sing, so I'm not prepared for the day. So I start as early as I can with these early morning live streams to help work out my voice and hang out with you guys. It's a 2-for-1. I get to have fun with you guys, and I get to work out my voice. It's a win-win. Ugh, snot in my throat. Last time was very fun. I think because if you weren't here for the last live stream, we talked a lot about some Nintendo related stuff, which was more than I've... Hello, how are you? Hello, Multiple, thank you, I'm good, how are you? Welcome to the live stream. Glad you can make it. So... Oh, actually, yesterday, whenever I finished, the live stream and everything, a few hours passed by, and then, later on, I ended up teaching, my cousin, how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And that was a really fun experience because the match that we played was really good, and even though I was, teaching him, at the same time, it was learning by practice. So we were dueling, and then whenever he was using his cards, I was explaining to him what his card effects does, and I was telling him what suggesting like what would be the best move at this point to counter what I'm currently using. So we went through all that, and it was one of the funnest matches I had in a while. It was really good. But anyways, which, can I just say something? I don't remember if I said this last time I mentioned Yu-Gi-Oh! Via live stream, but whenever I'm teaching someone... Well, this happened. The infection has spread. Yes. Oh no. So whenever back, because I played, and I probably did mention this on a live stream, but I played Yu-Gi-Oh! On Roblox from, like, sometime, not obviously the very beginning of Roblox, but back whenever... If you play Roblox now, see how the graphics are? Pretend like it all looks much worse than that, because I was there when Roblox didn't have good looking or good walk animation. It had none of that. It was whenever tickets were still around. That's whenever I played Roblox. But I played one of the, I'm pretty sure, first Roblox Yu-Gi-Oh! Servers that they had made. And at the time... yeah, wait, what? Yeah, I played Roblox whenever the ground looked like Legos. So, back whenever I played on that first Yu-Gi-Oh! Server all those times ago, there were some people who were asking me, like, how does this work? How do I... So, I was, Tickets were the best. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I never understood the phrase, you don't know what you have until you lose it, until tickets were gone, because I never used tickets until they were gone, and I'm like, oh, I could have used those. Man, Reston, did you guys ever go to that ticket funeral thing on Roblox? That was a really funny place to go to, but at the same time emotional for Roblox people who love tickets. So it was good. It was good. So, getting back to what I was saying, people during the time that I was playing that old Yu-Gi-Oh! Roblox server, there were some people who didn't know how to play, and they would ask other people in this server to like, hey, how do I play this? Which I gotta say, I don't know how I kept up with that at the time, because I can't nowadays I can't stand like teaching someone over typing. I would prefer to do it over voice, but back then, that's what I did. So people would come to me and they were like, how do you do this? Where does the monsters go? How could you? So I was explaining it to them, and every single person who I've ever like tried to help learn Yu-Gi-Oh during that time, it made me really aggravated that they didn't understand one crucial thing, which is the monsters go in the monster zone, the spell and trap cards go in the spell and trap card zone. For some reason, people couldn't wrap their head around that little fact, and it was so annoying. And I don't know, that's just, yeah. But, I was saving for a Game Pass that cost tickets, and it went away like maybe 2-3 days before I could get it. Ah, yeah. I was a bacon head for the longest time. Oh, one of my old accounts. Oh, and I saved up, I don't know how many tickets, but I never used a single one of them. And I don't know why. I guess I was like, nah, I like my bacon head. But, yeah, I regret it at the time, but... I regret it now, not at the time, is what I'm trying to say. Roblox. Please bring back tickets. Or at least don't boost up the price of Robux. Alrighty, I'm gonna charge up, because I didn't realize my battery was low. Is it happening? I can't see. No, it isn't. Hold on. Hold on, guys. There we go. No, it didn't. Okay. Well, that's fine. I can't get the thing to work. Charger, come on. Come on. Pretty sure it's just how the thing is. Oh my guys, I'm trying to get this thing working. That didn't work. Hello? No? How many of these chargers do I go through a year? Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try this. Does this work? Is it working? Yes, it's working. Okay. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Oh, is it working? Are you lying? No, it is working. Okay, sorry. I had to do something. All right. Did you know that people who make stuff on Roblox used to get 1 out of 10 of the profit? Well, yeah, that's kind of, they switched it to 7 of 10 now. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I figured for people who made, like, yeah, things on, for, like, yeah, avatar stores, clothing, items, whatever. That's kind of what I expected. Me and my friend have made a habit of playing Japanese puzzle games on the NES, player on Switch. It's a trip. Oh, what was that one? Wasn't there a puzzle? Well, I don't know if it's a puzzle. I don't know if it's the type of puzzle game that you're talking about. There was something like someone's challenge or something. Well, actually, I don't know if that is for the NES. So, actually, never mind. Forget I said that. I don't think that game that I'm thinking of was for the NES. Never mind. All right. I'm a brave man and take a sip of my tea. Okay, well, it's not that bad, but it is still pretty hot. All right. Let's see here. I'm trying not to talk with all the snot in my mouth. Gotta spat it out. Alright, okay. Oh yeah, speaking of Nintendo consoles, for Christmas I got one of those, I guess bootleg copies of it. Hold on, I'm gonna, well, you guys won't see unless you have Twitter. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up just so I don't look like an idiot who doesn't remember the names of Nintendo consoles. Okay, so I got it. So, for Christmas, I got a, I guess, bootleg NES, and on it is a bunch of old Nintendo games, but along with some classics like Super Mario. So yeah, but for the majority of it, it isn't Mario. It's just a lot of really old NES games that I've never heard of before. And I played a handful of them, but Mario was the only one I was interested in playing in because it was, I think, Super Mario 3 or something, and that was the version I haven't played for a while, so that's why I was interested in playing it. How many of the older versions I played? Because I finished all, like, the versions that came out on 3DS, Wii, you know, all those Mario games. I never finished older Mario games that I played, like Mario 3, Super Mario Bros. 3. I never finished that one. I got to, the furthest I've ever gotten was the desert, which was the second world, if you're wondering. I never got past it. I think I did eventually. But from what my memory serves, I don't think I've ever gotten past it on my own. What was another one? I can't remember if I did play another old one, if that was the only old one. Oh, I completely forgot that I was going to ask if there was any audio problems. So if you were here for the beginning of last live stream, I was having technical difficulties with the audio that took a good 15 minutes to fix. I forgot to ask if it was okay, but judging that you guys are responding and asking questions, I'm going to assume it is working perfectly. So that's good. And I'm gonna, just to be sure, check the live stream on my phone really quick, because I know you guys are on the chat's on a delay, so I'm gonna go ahead and... Okay, yeah, it's working. Okay. Very good, very good. We hear you fine? Okay. Thank you. Just wanted to make sure, because last time was, last time was terrible. Alright. But good. This time's going good. Alright. Had to get my water bottle. I can't stop myself from going between drinking from my cold water from my water bottle and my hot tea, which is just heated up water. I'm telling you guys, I consume so much water just in the morning alone. And I just started drinking tea. Yum. Okay. Can't wait for you to get to get the equipment so I get your Shines and Smash Brothers Ultimate on stream again. Dude, it's actually been the last time that I played Smash Bros. It's actually been a while, so I'm probably not any good anymore. Well, I have a funny story to say about that, but the last time I played Smash Bros was at a friend. I was hanging out with a bunch of other friends. We all came together to play some Smash Bros, and the person who we went over to the person's place, they had bought all the DLC characters, and I loved playing as Steve. He was my favorite character to play as. That was 1 year, 2 years ago. So it's been a while since I've played Ultimate or any Smash Bros game. So to tell a little funny story, what's this? The last time I played Smash was a few months ago. I used to be insanely good. I have a story about being insanely good. So, I haven't played, well, to this day, still for, I think, a few years, I haven't played Mario Kart any version for a while. I think 1 year ago, my brother and his girlfriend, which now his wife, his girlfriend, they were sitting in the living room, and they were in our house, and, you know, they were playing some Mario Kart, because why not? So they were playing Mario Kart, and then they invited me to join in to play, and at that time, I haven't played Mario Kart for years, so I was like, well, I don't know if I'm gonna be any good. It'll probably be a quick amount, probably not, and they were like, no, it's okay, come on, play with us. So they gave me a controller, and round after round, I took first place, beating them every time. I don't know, I think that was really funny. That's a story that I look back on a lot every time I think of whenever I say or see anyone saying, like, it's been years, so I'm probably not that good. That's the story that I flash back to when that Mario Kart day. Speaking of Mario Kart, I haven't paid attention to a lot of their music, but looking back, their Mario Kart music has been jamming, and and for the fear of getting copyright claimed, because for those of you who didn't hear that story, so 2 live streams ago, which was the not so early live stream. On that live stream, I sort of mentioned Threatened Zeppelin, and I was singing the lyrics to the Threatened Zeppelin lyrics that I had made that never happened for the Cuphead musical. But so I brought them out, and I was singing them, and I shared a little clip over audio from my phone to the microphone with terrible quality to let you hear the Threatened Zeppelin theme, and then I would sing the lyrics so you could kind of understand how it matches. And the very next morning, I got a note from YouTube over email that says, "Hi, Confused. After a manual review, a copyright owner has claimed some material in your video. Your video is live, and the visibility..." So it's just saying, the Threatened Zeppelin is the copyrighted content. It's not striked, just claimed, so I don't have anything to worry about. So in fear of having that happening again, which I'm not going to do that over microphone anymore, but I have to say that it's kind of weird that I got claimed for that, for the reason of some of you guys may already know this, but on this channel I had already made another Cuphead lyric video a while ago, a few months ago, or maybe last year, of a song called Carnival Kerfuffle, and I put lyrics to that and I sung it, and all the music is made by the same creator on Cuphead. Well, obviously they had other, but you know what I mean. It's different people, but it's generally the same, company. I don't know that that's the word I wanted to use, but they're all generally from the same people. So it's weird that I wouldn't get copyrighted claimed for the one that I used, but I guess it was because, well, I don't know. There could be plenty of reasons. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, I didn't give credit, I didn't mention the group, I didn't tell them, so I guess, I don't know. It could be anything. Sweet. Huh? Is your main, who is that person? I don't know who that person is. Like I said, I haven't played Smash for a while. Unless you're asking someone else. But if you're asking me, I haven't played for a while, so I couldn't tell you. I could go through all the mains that I enjoyed last time. So my first ever main was Bowser Jr. My main after that was Cloud. my main after that was switching back to Bowser Jr., and then eventually I got into playing Olimar, and I like Olimar, his controls for the game, because his attacks are so simple. Like, he's not a heavy attacker, he doesn't have good distance attack, but I love using Olimar because his attacks are so simple, and you can do so much with him. His grab is a fair long distance away, so he has that. I really enjoy playing as Olimar, but besides Olimar, I don't have the DLC, I didn't buy it, but definitely after playing him, my main would definitely right now be Steve. Definitely. I love using Steve. Steve from Minecraft, yes. Good stuff. I guess I didn't answer the question you put last time. So, for now, there isn't going to be any, like, gaming-related live streams because my little laptop can't exactly run those things. I'm using a MacBook to do everything. And with that being the case, after a bit of research, it turns out anything specifically like the model of the MacBook Air that I have, or I think it was either that or specifically any Mac in general, isn't exactly suited for live streaming off of it itself. So I'm surprised. That's why I'm always worried if the stream is crashing, because it's not working. I am surprised though. I didn't get my daily report from YouTube Studio saying my live stream is falling apart. So hey, that's something. If I had catch a shiny Rowlet on the stream, what should I name it? KFC, chicken wings, fly. You probably noticed that I'm not the person to ask for naming. Well, I'm not the biggest. Well, obviously, I want to get into playing a Nuzlocke eventually for some game. But I don't really care about naming my Pokemon if my game isn't a Nuzlocke, so yeah. But one of the Nuzlocks that I played, I called one of my starters. I was playing Ruby, and I called the starter which I chose Torchic. That was so hard for my brain to push out as my starter, and I named him KFC. I'll just name it Confused. Oh yeah, I don't remember if I said this last live stream, but a live stream that I was watching from a guy who was doing Pokemon Nuzlocke. I don't remember what game. I think it was Black and White. I don't remember though. But this guy was doing a Nuzlocke, and he would take names from people from the chat, and and I was so excited because he used my name, and he said and I forgot what Pokemon it was exactly, but he was like, I'll name this one, I forgot if he named it just Confused or and then some, and then he said for Confused and then some. That made me really excited. I guess it was because at the time, because before that I never really watched any other Twitch streams because I didn't really care, which to this day I technically still don't. There's only a few people who I know who does do Twitch streams, people I watch, not people who I know personally, who does have Twitch channels, who every once in a while does Twitch streams, and technically I guess I could join those streams if I wanted to, but these days I'm busy, so I don't really have time to do that anymore. Yeah. And there was a running joke, or at least for a little bit, whenever I was talking to people over Discord, and every time they would say the word confused, I would always make a quick button and goes, as always, what are we doing? So I said that for a little bit, and I think the day that I started making that joke was the exact same day that it became the most annoying joke, so I stopped saying it after that. So that joke died the second it was born. Look at the time. and realize it's time for the early morning live stream. So I'm like, time to hop on. Yeah, yeah, this time it's actually going to be an early morning live stream, not a late evening, hey, the day's almost over live stream. I'm gonna try to finish this tea before it reaches the consistency of cold that makes it disgusting. I'm fine with drinking cold water, but cold tea, even though it's just tea that's been cold, which is essentially just water, that's disgusting. So I'm gonna drink this tea. The diversity between tea and water is such a fine line, but I respect it. You like cold tea? How? I don't like cold tea. I would understand iced coffee or something like that. I don't know why, but for some reason that makes more sense than cold tea. Which again, cold tea is just water in its normal form, but I don't like it. Maybe it's because of the flavoring that I put in. Because, again, I am normally drinking specifically green tea of the flavor of mint. So, there... sort of forgot what I was saying. So, again, I understand having iced coffee being a cold coffee. I never had it myself. There was one coffee I had, like the first, before this moment, I did, have coffee before, but I didn't really like it, and then this other time, I tried again, I'm like, okay, let's see if I like it this time, we'll see what happens. So, me, my brother, and my brother's girlfriend at that time, now is his wife, but, we went to Starbucks. And this would probably be my first ever time actually getting coffee at Starbucks. And it was some vanilla or cream, something that was kind of sugary, flavorful coffee. I don't remember the name of it. But it was more of a colder coffee. So, they got their coffee that they wanted, then I got mine. We sat down, and I was very disappointed. The flavor of that coffee was so sweetly strong that I couldn't stand it. And I never thought that that was possible. Like, I just devour chocolate bars whole, and because there's a difference between having the actual chocolate and then because specifically dark chocolate, which I love dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is closer to actual... or at least that's from my research. I don't know if that's true. I'm gonna do research so I don't look like dumb. To explain dark chocolate. But I love dark chocolate. I think dark chocolate health benefits. So I'm assuming with that being popped up, I'm assuming it's true. Very nutritious. Yeah, so so I'm not wrong about this. So dark chocolate is like closer. Because whenever people make it into like Hershey's or something, or Reese's, have you ever seen like Reese's peanut butter cup? Just looking at the chocolate of the Reese's candy, you could see that the cover is like a very lighter colored brown of chocolate. The darker the chocolate is, the more closer to what the actual chocolate is. And the lighter chocolates, yeah, they're more sweet, they're more flavorful. And if you go, I've only had it I think like one time going too far into like the dark chocolate, it gets kind of into bitterness, and you do get like the more sugary part from a lighter chocolate, but you get, from what I've just looked up, it is true that you get more nutritional value from what actual chocolate is supposed to be eating a more darker chocolate. And a lot of people say that they don't like dark chocolate. Which, again, if they tasted a dark chocolate to the point of where it was bitter, I could understand that. But every time, I've only had that experience once, but even so, dark chocolate is some of my favorite chocolates. And white, so my opinion on white chocolate, I mean, it's good, but unlike dark chocolate and even the lighter chocolate, I could eat those in one day if I wanted to, but for light chocolate, I cannot. Like, I can barely take 2 bites of it. Like, I don't know what it is. I mean, it's not bad, but for some reason, when it specifically comes to white chocolate, I can't handle eating it. Not even in like 1 minute eating white chocolate. I can't take that amount of time to eat white chocolate. I don't know what it is about it, but I just can't stand eating it in a short amount of time. I just have to take like 1 bite and then save it for like a few hours later, and then take another bite and just work on it like that. Again, it's not because I don't like white chocolate. It's good. It's just I can't, for some reason, I can't take eating it all in one sitting. I have to spread it out by hours. There's so many weird ideas that I have of doing things on stream. Like, reviewing hamburgers was an idea that I had just now. Reviewing chocolate. Like, I don't know. These are weird ideas to do on stream, though. It would just be an ASMR stream of me eating chocolates and hamburgers. Boy, what a combination. Chocolate hamburgers. Well, I've already mentioned this, but during my time, back whenever I was a little bit younger, chocolate pizza was a thing, so I guess the existence of some chocolate hamburger somewhere isn't totally crazy. Or maybe I am crazy and pizza and chocolate is just natural. Or at least the way that I knew that other people had made it. Could be wrong. You drink sweet tea? I like sweet tea. Well, it depends on the kind of sweet tea. I haven't actually had sweet tea in a while. But some sweet teas I don't like, some I do like. It just depends on, I guess, the sweetness of how they're made. Which, because now I understand that a lot of my tolerance for sweet things is about just how sweet it is. Because if it's really, really sweet, I cannot stand eating it, or drinking it, or eating it. And I guess that does also have a lot to do with the fact that I'm sort of trying not to drink sweet things or eat sweet things in general, because getting into doing like singing and everything, I've picked up a few things of learning, like devouring dairy products, like drinking milk or eating cheese, things like that. It causes phlegm. Same thing with sugar. If you're eating sugar, phlegm also builds up in your throat, so I try to avoid during the mornings that I know that I'm gonna be working on a video or something like that, or practicing. I try to use those days to not eat or drink dairy products, not eat sugar. I try to avoid that, which is actually the majority of my week. So, and something that I thought of was like, I'm gonna get accidentally healthy by doing this because I'm not a skinny person. Let's put it that way. Who eats chocolate pizza and survives to tell the tale? My man, if you've never tried chocolate pizza, then that's understandable, because I don't think chocolate pizza is a very well-known thing. Let me explain. So there was this one pizza restaurant. I don't remember if it was like I don't think it was a Pizza Hut. Well, it was some pizza place back when I didn't live here in Texas. It was, I don't remember where it was, but they had a bunch of different pizzas. I saw macaroni pizza, there was chocolate pizza, I think there was like cinnamon pizza or something like that. There was all different kinds of pizzas in this pizza restaurant. Chocolate pizza was one of my favorites. And you would think chocolate pizza would be a beast of unknown origins, but for some reason at that place, I remember it just worked so well. So, I don't know. What other food tales are there to tell? Oh yeah, during the same place, I could talk about this. One of the days that I went in that place to eat chocolate pizza, one day, I don't remember what I was doing. I think I was so excited that I ended up swinging my head around aggressively, and for some reason I was the memory of this that I have is I think standing up in the chair, and I either finished my chocolate pizza or I still had it on the plate, and I was like woohoo or something like that, and then for some reason I went ahead and leaned so fast forward, I just went and I just hit my head on the table, and I remember that really hurt. I don't know why I did that. as a kid. I don't know what, I don't remember why. I just have that memory of that being the thing that I did. I'm gonna take a drink of water. Oh yeah, the week I was gone. Do you remember the week that I was gone? I'm planning on, a lot of my classmates who were a part of it, they've been asking like, are you gonna make a video about this? And I'm like, yeah, it's just gonna take a while, because the amount of things that I recorded over that week, took pictures of, there's over 90 things to go over, and I haven't even scratched the surface. And since I'm trying to put it together day by day, I have to make a script going chronologically in the form day by day, and that's going to take forever because there's so many pictures I took in every single day. It's going to take forever to get through everything, and I'm trying to fit everything in that I can. And this video is going to be uploaded. It's probably going to be the longest video that I'm ever going to make here on Confused as Always, but this video is going to be uploaded to the podcast channel because, again, this channel is the music channel, not the Let's Talk channel. That would be the podcast channel for the Let's Talk things. So I don't know when that's gonna be happening, because to make that big video, I'm gonna need to take an entire week, probably even more than that, just to go over footage and pictures that I took, so I can build a script around what I remember based on what footage there was. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. Yum yum. What are some bizarre foods? Well, I guess not bizarre foods, but some weird foods you wouldn't expect that I can think of. This is apparently the food live stream, so I'm gonna rename this as the food live stream. There we go. Good food, bad. That's the new name of this live stream. There we go. Alrighty. Huh. Why do I keep doing that? I keep going into the villager thing. Huh. I had the weird thought of, like, what if everything in Minecraft, for the comedy of it, everything was a square? Get it? Because it's all blocky and whatnot. I don't know why that thought is so hilarious to me. Because obviously you have like your square cake you can make. Official mukbang. Yeah, something like that. Alright. Here's a... Well, do I want to do this? Never mind. I was gonna like quickly pull up like my terrible camera that I have on my laptop, and I'm like, no, my hair looks not good, and it's really dark in my room. I guess I could turn on the lights to fix that problem, but I was like, nah, never mind. So you won't see it, but here, if you want a mukbang here, I'll let you hear it. So I'm so sorry if I disgust anyone out. I guess if it was something a little bit more crunchier, you would hear it better, but you see, sometimes swallow food whole. Oh yeah, I do that sometimes. Like, I would swallow some things, I won't even chew it and I'll swallow it, and that's not even what I mean to do. Like, if you guys ever had like any kinds of macaroni, like I'm gonna specifically use Kraft mac and cheese. Sometimes I don't even chew when eating that. I just swallow those noodles whole. I don't know if that's a smart thing to do with your food, just swallow it whole, but that's sort of what I do unintentionally a lot of times. I mean, if it's bigger, like currently what I'm eating right now, I will chew it because to make it smaller. But if it's already in bite-sized pieces, I'll just swallow it whole. Ew, that's disgusting. I put my finger on my snot. Oh, that was disgusting. Ew. Okay. Have you ever... Hold on. Have you guys ever swallowed gum before? I have. It was not a pleasant experience. Mac and cheese is small. I would swallow it. I would swallow a Kit Kat whole sometimes. Okay, that I don't understand. Swallowing a Kit Kat, which Kit Kat is probably the size of 2 to 3 mac and cheese pasta. Specifically the craft size. So Kit Kats are fairly large, so I don't know how you manage that. Even though I sort of just went on the whole thing of like, I don't eat sugary things, specifically on days that I know I'm going to be singing, but on days that I'm not going to be singing or just researching something or things like that, I still try to keep my sugar intake on a minimum because I'm getting accidentally healthy from this. I live to tell the tale. Yes, it's no chocolate pizza, but you did live to tell the tale. And I forgot what I said. Come on, guys. I forget what I'm saying. I have a need to slip in and out of lore I've already talked about, but it's going to be boring because you guys have already heard of it. Because I want to go back to sort of talking about Grand Admiral Thrawn, but I've already talked about all the things related to Grand Admiral Thrawn that I could talk about. I was looking at my gum from laughing so hard I inhaled it. Oh no. I managed to propel it back out of my throat. Oh yeah, the story of me swallowing gum. It's not a very exciting story, but this was back whenever I was younger. I remember being in a van and I was chewing some just normal mint gum, and I don't know how it happened, but I swallowed it. All I remember is for the rest of the day, I was feeling minty inside, but I don't remember much about that day, but I do remember that day I swallowed gum. Not good, not good. I can tell you, not good. We're gonna try to finish the last few bites of this mukbang here I'm doing. Wait, that's not correct. This food I'm doing. Okay, whatever. I'm putting this in my mouth and I am chewing it, not swallowing it whole. So here we go. Yum yum yum. I think it's just tradition now, so I might make a separate screen for specifically whenever I'm eating. That might be a good idea. There we go. All right. So, I sort of don't remember what I was gonna say. There was a thing that I was gonna do, like explaining like my opinion of characters who are sort of underrated in a sense, and I sort of talked about Sidious in a previous stream from Star Wars that I think is kind of an underrated character for the reason of people don't understand just how, maybe not incredibly intelligent, but just how far Sidious was going because of how he planned things. Again, not because he was smart or anything, but just because of how he took the Sith code and the rule of 1, the rule of 2, making the rule of 1.5. What was another one that I was thinking of that was sort of an underrated character in a sense? What was it? Who was it, I guess? Not what was it? Excuse me. That was disgusting. What would be better to end off this live stream than talking about not food things, even though I sort of renamed this live stream talking about food. Good food, bad? Question mark. I could have worded that a little bit better, but whatever. 3 words long. This is all we needed. There is still some Mandalorian lore that I kind of didn't touch up on that I guess I could talk about. Could I, though? Now that I'm thinking about it, I think I may have talked, or at least all the things that I remember. The Mandalorian lore that I had looked up, the video that I looked up was like almost an hour long. And what I've told you guys in the previous live stream talking about it, I covered probably not even half of it, but I don't remember the other half is the thing. Or maybe I did say exactly half of it, and half of it I just don't remember. I guess we could talk about... We did talk about Clan Vizsla. I know I talked about the Fett family for Mandalorians, but what about Clan Vizsla? I don't think it did. I guess that's something we can sort of do. We're reaching an hour of the stream. So, let's see. So, Mandalorian Clan Vizsla, which they sort of talk about this in Clone Wars if you watch it, but if you weren't paying attention, I'm going to use the lore breakdown version. So... During the day that Mandalorians no longer united under one ruler, Mandalorians started splitting off, doing their own thing, either being mercenaries like the Fett family, or sticking to a specific ideology version of what Mandalorian Codex was. So, Clan Vizsla, I forgot who he was at the time, someone Vizsla, but they were the ones who created the Dark Saber. And during the age, either at the beginning or somewhere during the middle of the times of the Old Republic, and I think this was the time they were fighting against the Eternal Empire. Phew, I got away from the thunderstorm. Oh boy. Is it raining where you are? So during either the beginning of the Old Republic or sometime during the middle of it, if you didn't know our neighborhood has a thunderstorm, no, I didn't know that. My neighborhood has dark skies because I think it was yours who was 1 hour, time zone is 1 hour ahead than mine. Okay, so trying to get back to what I was saying. So during a little bit, either at the beginning of the Old Republic or sort of during the middle of it, the Jedi at the time had taken the Dark Saber from Clan Vizsla, and they put it in the temple, from the Jedi Temple. And during the fall of the Old Republic, I think exactly during the days the Old Republic was falling, a Vizsla, I'm pretty sure it was a Vizsla, came and then they took the lightsaber back, the Dark Saber, they took it back. And then from that point, so I guess I can explain where the Dark Saber sort of traveled and whose hands it passed to. So it started with Clan Vizsla being the first ones who created the Dark Saber to begin with. And it went from Clan Vizsla to the times of the Old Republic, the Jedi taking it from them and hiding it in the Jedi Temple during the Age of the Old Republic. And during the fall of that temple, during the fall of the Old Republic, Clan Vizsla took it back. And from that time, it went from the ancestor of Vizsla, going from the Clone Wars Vizsla, which was pre-Vizsla. I do know his name, so pre-Vizsla. He had the Dark Saber, and then after that, he lost a battle against Darth Maul during sort of late Clone Wars, and Maul killed him, so he took ownership of the Dark Saber. Which is one thing that I have to say, even though that a lot of the Mandalorian groups that sort of had split off, like the Fett family, Clan Vizsla, even though they all have their different ideologies and they all have their different forms of taking in like different, they all follow a different version of what the Codex is that they followed originally. They all have their sort of own take on it and believe in their own thing on it. But even though that they all have sort of different looks on the Kodaks and everything, the one thing throughout all of the Mandalorians, maybe not the Fett family, but through all the Mandalorians, the one thing that is consistent is that all Mandalorians well understand the importance of the Darksaber and how it works. That if a Mandalorian who has the Darksaber fights against a Mandalorian who challenges him to take the Darksaber, if he wins in a fight against that person, then they take ownership of the Darksaber. And all the Mandalorians, and this is sort of proven in Disney Plus, The Mandalorian, when Mando takes it, and he sort of tries to give it to Bo-Katan, but she can't accept it because she has to fight him for it. So very, very interesting that even though all Mandalorians have a different belief of the Kodaks and they all have a different take on it, they all still understand how the Darksaber, how important it is of changing hands with the Darksaber. So anyways, getting back to how the Darksaber traveled over the years. So it went from Pre Vizsla to Darth Maul. And after, I think Darth Maul still had it for during the time Star Wars Rebels happened. And from Star Wars Rebels, Maul had a bunch of Mandalorian related things. He was hiding out on Dathomir, the home planet of the Night Sisters and the Night Brothers. But at the time they were all extinct because Count Dooku had ordered General Grievous to take out the Night Sisters, and Darth Maul took up home there during the Age of the Empire. So during Star Wars Rebels, either Maul had still had the Darksaber, or he gave it, or he hid it. Whatever the case may be, eventually, Sabine Wren, if you haven't watched Star Wars Rebels, Sabine Wren is a Mandalorian who is a part of the Rebels, a part of this small squad called Phoenix Squad. Or Ghost, whichever one. So she eventually took control of the lightsaber, and it belonged to her. And then it's not explained, but somewhere during the time that she had it, and during the fall of the Empire, the first time Death Star fell, the Empire crumbled, somehow the Darksaber had changed hands from Sabine Wren over to what's his name in Mandalorian, in Disney Plus Mandalorian. I keep wanting to call his name Tarlok, but that's Tarlok is someone from Avatar Korra. That isn't right. I'm gonna have to look him up because it's gonna drive me crazy what his name is. Mandalorian cast. There we go. That's what I was on. Moff Gideon, that's his name. So, you love rain? I like rain too. It's very soothing to me. So Moff Gideon, somehow it went from being, so somehow the Darksaber came from being in possession of Sabine Wren during the time of the fall of the Empire, and it somehow changed hands from Sabine Wren to Moff Gideon. So Moff Gideon now at this point has control of the Darksaber. And then the Darksaber, you know, Mando, he fought for it, and then he took it, and then it's currently been in his possession. I'm back, boys. Welcome, James. So, Mando, at this time now, has the Darksaber. I'm trying to think of, well, during the age of the rise of the First Order, and during this time, I don't know if there was graphic novels about it, but from my understanding, it hasn't been shown, or at least it definitely has been shown in the movies, of the Darksaber's whereabouts. So, as far as my knowledge takes me, the last we ever see of the Darksaber is Moff Gideon losing to Mando, and then he taking ownership, and Mando taking the Darksaber from him. That's the last time we really see where the Darksaber had changed hands. But the Darksaber does indeed fascinate me, and I'm really glad that in the lore it belongs to the Mandalorians and not like a a Sith or like some kind of evil Jedi or something. I'm really glad that the dark saber is primarily a Mandalorian thing, because lore-wise, it's really entertaining. I could go into detail, but we sort of already reached an hour of this stream. Well, people are starting to come in more, so would it be weirder to just cancel out the stream when people are just starting to get in, when more people are starting to get in? That would be kind of weird. I guess, huh? I finally got an answer on why I like the Dust on Megalovania. I guess it's the lack of the better mic that gives the aesthetic that he's desperate to kill the human and not really focused on killing the human. I mean, yeah, I can see that. I can understand that. It's funny because I feel like everyone who watches my Dust Tail Megalovania cover can have a reason to really love it for one reason or another. But whenever I just look back at it, I'm like, oh, the mic was terrible. My singing wasn't that good. I could have done so much better. Again, I don't know if I will remake it or just leave it how it is, not bother touching it. So staying in character. Yeah, I always try to do the best of getting in the headspace of the character who I'm playing as. Sort of already talked about this before in a past live stream. I think literally just last live stream. Something that I am curious, because as far as I know, because so what I'm thinking about right now is the Knights of Ren. So during, I don't know if anybody likes these movies, but just lore-wise, I'm really interested in knowing this. So they mention it, and they're sort of kind of revealed during the First Order, the Final Order. Snoke mentions Kylo was the last of the Knights of Ren. I'm really curious if the Knights of Ren is more of a newer thing or if it's an older thing. Like if it's something that existed during the Old Republic or if it was just a new thing that happened during the Empire or the First Order. So I want to look that up really quick. Star Wars... Knights, not Knights of the Old Republic, Knights of... Okay, got it. Knights of Ren, let's see. No, not Kylo Ren, specifically the Knights of Ren. Okay, here it is. I think I found something. Title of the leader, Master of the Knights of Ren, which I'm referring... Okay, so apparently, according to this, it says that this is canon. Headquarters... Night Bazaar, don't know what that is. Originates from Sith Eternal! Oh, so it comes from the First Order in Sith Eternal. So the Knights of Ren are fairly old. Just so you guys know, every time that I had brung up the Eternal Empire, that's what I was talking about. During the age of the Old Republic, the Eternal Empire, that's what this is referring to, this Sith Eternal. So that's really cool. So it is fairly old. I didn't know that. Relics, artifacts, Darth Vader's helmet. Yeah. I want to see lore-wise. What is this? The Knights of Ren... Knights of Ren, masked warriors who served Kylo Ren, Master of the Knights of Ren, and Supreme Leader of the First Order. Yeah, this was during the during the New Republic era. Okay. They were neither Jedi nor Sith, but members of a new generation of Force sensitive adapts. Really? That's so cool. Adapts that emerged to fill a void left behind by the demise of the last Sith Lord. That is really cool. Adhering to the ways of the Ren. A philosophy. That's so cool. I'm just fascinated by this. Emptomized by the lightsaber. Okay, the knights roam the galaxy, causing wanton destruction. As devotes of the dark side of the Force, armed with distinctive weapons of range and close quarter combat, they were fearsome enforcers of their master's will. This is so cool. Yeah, you think that's an older thing? Yeah, I didn't realize the Knights of Ren were fairly old. That's so cool. The Knights emerged from an unknown region of the aftermath of the Galactic Civil War. That is so cool. When the Galactic Empire fell to the New Republic, they once followed the warrior known only as Ren until Ben Solo joined their ranks after the resurgent Jedi Order fell back into ruin. Supreme Leader Snoke gifted the Knights to the newly christened Kylo Ren. That's probably not the right word for that. I'm sorry, I gotta take a drink. To Kylo Ren, who renounced his former identity and the Jedi Code. Strong with the Force, Kylo was higher to the, I think that's a typo, powerful bloodline of Sith Lord Darth Vader. But unknown to him, the Jedi Knight's true loyalty belongs to the result of Dark Lord of the Sith, Darth Sidious. Yeah. Hey, you know, I was really interested in FNAF, and maybe you should look into it if you haven't already. Well, I mean, I already know a lot about, I mean, if you want me to talk about FNAF lore, technically I could, but anything that I say is something you could already look up on Game Theory, because that's where mainly all my information that I understand comes from. So, it would be kind of, assuming that is what you're talking about, if you've already heard it from Game Theory, you're gonna hear it again from me, so, just so you know. So reading a little bit more about the Knights of Ren. The Knights served as personal bodyguards to Kylo, who usurped Snoke's rule as Supreme Leader during the final days of the war between the First Order and the Resistance. They were also tasked with hunting Rey, a Jedi apprentice who fought for the Resistance and shared a unique connection with Kylo. After Kylo returned the lightsaber returned to the light side of the Force, not the lightsaber. The Knights confirmed their former master on Ixol, where they were slain in battle by Solo. Very interesting. Why does it say Luke Skywalker's to the Knights of Ren? That's mostly where we all get it. Yeah, Game Theory. The Knights of Ren were Kylo Ren's most mysterious and deadly servants. They were enclave of masks, elite warriors, wielding distinctive weapons of range and close quarter combat, making them an elite and fearsome enforcers of Kylo's will. The Knights hailed from a galaxy on okay, so it looks like it's just repeating as far as I can tell. Through local folklore, warning of the murder, yeah, seems all to be repeating. The exact origins of the modern inclinations remain a mystery from where they were just, yeah. Why are you the only one talking? I mean, it's not bad that you're the only one talking. We could just have a conversation. Well, I mean, I guess sort of conversation. I am sort of just reading this right now. I want to see if I can't find sort of Snoke to Ben Solo. Oh, okay, I get it. These are different. Okay. I didn't understand that. Ooh, okay, here it is. Ren on the code of the Knights of Ren. This would be interesting. The Knights of Ren lived by a code, to which they were flexible in following, living life the way they wanted, taking what the galaxy gave them, and consuming what the dark side sent them. That is so interesting. The Ren, a lightsaber, really cool, possessed by Kylo Ren's predecessor, also known as Ren. That's amazing. I'm sorry, I'm just fascinated by all this. Implements the Knight's Code. The nature of the Ren, according to Ren, was that it's just existed. It had no consents, neither acknowledging or expressing concepts such as morality, regret, or concern from what it might destroy. You gotta go? Okay, well, thank you for hanging out when you could. Thank you for joining the stream. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm just gonna be sitting here reading a little bit more about this because it's interesting to me. Ren believed in this principle. No, I read that wrong. No, Ren believed in this principle on a deep personal level to the point where he did not consider himself the knight's leader. All of the knights, including Ren himself, followed the lightsaber and what it represents in their view. So interesting. So from my understanding, the Knights of Ren code of what they follow is about the specific Ren lightsaber that they have. Very interesting. Their devotion to the ways of the Ren was matched only by their allegiance to the shadow, the dark side of the Force. The Knights did not search for just any Force-sensitive individual to join their ranks. They wanted those who had a strong affinity for the shadow, meaning the dark side. This led Ren to consider a mass murderer and a child for membership, having sensed the shadow's presence in both of them. The Knights believed that they had a right to take anything and everything they so desired, particularly Jedi artifacts. As such, they held no regrets for Luke Skywalker's claim on all the properties of the Jedi Order. Ren's understanding of the Jedi Code was limited, though he suspected that the ideology difference between his knights and the Jedi were sever, whatever, making Codex impossible in his view. I think specifically Jedi Codex. Although although their ways failed to impress Skywalker, their lawlessness and power appealed to his young apprentice Ben Solo, who thought of the Knights for years before ultimately leaving the Jedi Order to join their ranks. This is so fascinating. See, this is the kind of stuff that I love looking up to lore-wise. Understanding their, sorry for being quiet. No, that's okay, that's fine. I'm just over here really enjoying myself learning about the Knights of Ren. I think I'm more fascinated with the fact that the Knights of Ren were so much older that they were a part of the Sith Eternal Empire. I didn't know that. That's crazy. Depending on... I'm just chilling in a VC with a person on Discord. Yeah, that's fine. Depending on how much I choose left to read of this, I'm probably going to end the stream soon. So I'm going to finish reading some of this lore stuff if you guys are interested in hearing it. On Ben Solo's Jedi attire. Oh, this is just specifically Jedi attire. Ren to Ben Solo. I think this is just how he turned from Ren into... Ren to Luke Skywalker. From myth to reality. Ren. Okay. For centuries, the Knights of Ren were the subject of myth and local folklore told by the scattered settlements of the unknown region. Okay. Sort of already talked about that. But still. Well, if you were continuing your 3 favorite things, would you like the result? Wait, what do you mean? Combine your 3 favorite things. What you like the result? Would you like the result? My favorite things? Technically, I'm already doing it. My 3 favorite things: doing YouTube, doing video editing, and doing music. And I'm sort of already doing all that in one, so I sort of am liking the results. So I guess that already answers it. I think that's all I'm going to be doing for the Knights of Ren lore. I just really wanted to look that up because that was really curious to me. So that's all I'm going to be reading of that, and it seems, since I've gone for an hour, I think it's about time to hit the not stream button. Plus, I do need to use the restroom, so I'm gonna have to leave anyway. So, I was thinking of whether or not changing the title, but whatever. I'm just gonna leave it. Good food, bad, question mark. It's fine. I'll just leave it like this. I mean, the majority I was talking about food, so it makes sense. So, I am sort of going to leave now. So, thank you everyone for joining the live stream. I hope you've enjoyed. Let's see if I live stream tomorrow. If I'm going to be early, if I'm going to be late, you guys will find out whenever it happens. So, once again, thank you for joining the live stream, and I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. Later, everyone.